Hi, welcome to our video on how to use Dropbox for users of forest metrics and urban forest metrics. Dropbox and other cloud services are pretty useful. It allows us to take a file from an iPad and throw it up onto the cloud, and from there bring it down to our computer, bring it down to send a link to a client so they can bring it down to their computer. Very, very handy to have, especially as we're dealing with files that can be quite large. If you start to take information on trees with pictures, it gets large fast. You do a few thousand trees in an inventory, and these files can be pretty gargantuan, and you're not going to be able to email them. So this is a very good way of moving stuff around. So we use Dropbox. We like Dropbox very much, but I have the distinct impression that Microsoft, Google, Amazon, there are a few others that have these cloud services out there. We don't hear a lot of complaints from our clients about one, not being great. They tend to work pretty darn well. We have clients that use all of them, and this is an example of how it works, and most of them act very similarly to Dropbox. So with that, the first thing we'll try to do is we have a file here on the iPad that we've been working on, and we'll try to get that up to the cloud. So presumably we downloaded it, started futzing around on the client site, changed some data, added some pictures. Now we want to throw it back up onto the server. This window here on the screen is the same as this. These are mirrored so that if I do something on my iPad, it actually shows it on the screen here, which is easier for you all to see. So the first thing we'll do is we'll move this up to the cloud, and I'm going to touch the icon in the top left. That's the menu icon, and just close the file. That will make sure that all changes are saved and that the file that we're sending up has all of our information. And then I'm going to touch this icon here. This is the checkbox icon. It just gives us a checkbox next to all of these documents and allows us to select one or a few that we want to do something with. So I'm going to go ahead and select the one I was using, which is the Rockwell test. And now I'm going to click the upload button right there. And it's going to ask me, I have a bunch of options. I can upload this to different things. I can do AirDrop, I can send it to email, but this is a big file. I need Dropbox. And this right here says save to Dropbox. So I'm going to touch that. And now it's asking me which folder in Dropbox do you want to save it in. I'm not going to futz around with that. The miscellaneous file is fine. I'll press save. And it's going ahead and uploading this file. In fact, I'm replacing an existing file there with the one that I have here. Good. It's saved. It's done. Now, somewhere in the world is a server that now has this document on it. And that document is now being mirrored onto all of my devices that have Dropbox on it, including this computer. So the way that Dropbox works on the computer is pretty slick. I can just go to this menu up here and pull down my Dropbox folder. And I'll go to the one that's mine, and I'll go to the miscellaneous folder, and we'll see the Rockwell test is already there. So while I was saying that sentence, that file was being loaded onto all of my devices. So it's already there. It's pretty neat. Now, if I want to send this file not just to myself, but to someone else, I would probably send them a link. We call them a Dropbox link. And I can do that either from my computer or from my device. I'll stick with the device first. Here, I'll go ahead and get out of FileMaker. And I'm going to go to my Dropbox app. Oops, I'm hiding it from you. Okay, there we go. So here's my Dropbox app. I'm in the miscellaneous folder. And I'm going to look for that particular, here it is, Rockwell test. And I click on those little three dots. That means menu. And one of the options here is share. So I'm going to click on share. And it asks me if I want to share a link. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and share a link. Do I want to send it via a particular mechanism? Yes, email. And it's going to open up my email, and I'll just send it to myself. So here I am sending it to myself. There. So we just sent a link to me with that file. So I can open up my email program and let's see, reload my email, and oh, it hasn't come in yet, but this is the earlier one I did. I can just go ahead and click on that link, and it would do one of a couple things. When I click on this link, if I do not have the Dropbox application installed, all it's going to do is open up my browser and start downloading the file. And that's pretty much what you want it to do. If I do have Dropbox installed, when I click on this, it's going to go to my Dropbox account on Dropbox.com, show the document, ask me if I want to put it into a particular folder, or I can directly download it. So it's intelligent enough to behave differently depending on whether or not you yourself have a Dropbox account. Now, that was how to send a link from the iPad. If we want to send a link from the computer, it's even easier. I just go to my Dropbox folder and look for the appropriate directory, get the right file, and here there's even a keyboard shortcut, copy a Dropbox link. I can just open up an email and paste it in and then send that off to someone. So it's very easy to do. So that is getting files up and down from Dropbox in a couple minutes. If you have any questions in the context of Force Metrix, feel free to give us a call, send us an email. And if you have questions about some of the other cloud services, we are less familiar with them, but they're pretty simple and we can help you out too. So feel free to contact us. And if you have any suggestions for additional points or other use cases you'd like us to cover in these videos, let us know, because we're hearing that these are quite helpful to folks. Thanks for watching.